Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K. Hello and welcome everyone to the Smash That Small Paper Pad collab with Deb Houck. There are a number of talented ladies who are participating in this collab, and I do have links for everybody's channels listed below. And again, we are trying to smash our small paper pads. And if you guys remember, I did choose a whole bunch of paper pads to work on. And so again, I'll just go over those briefly. And then at the very end, I'll also go over the dies, the cutting dies and the stamps that I used in case a few of you guys are interested. I know last month I had people ask if I would show some of my other supplies that I'm using. And so I will do that at the end of the video for those that are interested. But for those who just want to see what I made, I will post that stuff first in the video. And so again, I'm using the Auburn Lane paper, and what I did do this time is before I started using the paper, I did go ahead and write down how many sheets were left in each pad, just so at the end I can say whether or not how many papers I used. So this one was the Auburn Lane, and that one was a full pack. I am trying to smash this Kaiser Craft one. It's Silver Bells, and I started with 12 sheets of paper in that one. There is this Twig and Berry by Kaiser Craft, and that one I started off with 23 sheets. This 25 Days of Christmas from Simple Stories, I also started off with 23 sheets. These two pads are exactly the same. It's St. Nicholas from Kaiser Craft. This one I had 6 sheets of paper left, and this one I had 5. And then I'm going to try and smash this one also from Authentique, and I started off with 22 sheets. And this one from Cartabella is starting with a full paper pad, and that one has 24. And again, I chose most of these because they had the vintage feel, and I thought the papers would mix and match. I did choose this one just because it's Chevy Chic, and it's one of my favorites, and I'm almost out of this paper, so I figured I'd try and smash that one. And then also this Pink Paisley. And then the first thing I'm going to show you is what I use from that Pink Paisley Auburn Lane paper. And I also use some embellishments that matched that paper collection. I'll just hold them up. I'm not going to go through them all. And then I had some pieces left over that I just stuck in here that I'll maybe be able to use on the rest of the paper. So the first thing that I created with that paper is 2 mini albums, and they're very similar. I'm just going to page through them really fast. I used embellishments that coordinated with the paper, and a die cut was used to cut the base of this album, and I use cardstock, coordinating cardstock in green, and also this copper, just because there was some foiling in some of the paper that had the copper in it, and that just kind of brought it out a little bit. So this first one, I do have this little pull out right here where you could put your photo on it and then insert it back in again. I really love how these turned out. They're kind of a little bit of a fall themed kind of colors in here. In each of these, I did leave spots so you can tuck your picture behind the embellishments. It's a very simple album. Again, you can tuck something underneath there and underneath all of these pieces. That one I just kind of left open. This one you can tuck something underneath it. Live the Good Life, and that says let grace be your inspiration. Again, just tuck spots. And then there's the last page of that album. And then here's the second one. Again, this insert does pull out so you can attach your photo and put it back in behind that frame. My original plan was just to make one of these, and then I cut too many of the cardstock pieces. And so instead of wasting them, I just decided to go ahead and make a second one since I had more than enough paper. Again, you can tuck whatever you want behind all the embellishments. That one says radiate positivity. And again, those are all just pieces that were part of those extra embellishment kits. And then this one has a little frame again. In the frame you can pull out that to add a photo behind it. That says my heart is full. And this is also open so you can stick a picture behind it. And that one says bold and beautiful there. And then There's the back side. I don't know if I showed you the back side of that one. So I completed those 2 albums. I also went ahead and started working on the Kaiser Craft Silver Bells, and I'm not quite completed with these 2 cards. I do want to add some more flowers, some paper flowers to the bottom corner of these, but I didn't get that far before I started recording today, and so I'll show you what these finished up like next month. And they just both have pullouts in them that say, this one says cherish the season, and then this one also says the exact same thing. So you can write your little note on the front or your back to whoever it is. And I think these are called crisscross cards or something like that. I'm not sure. But there are those 2. I did add stickles on that one. Then the next set of cards are a combination of a lot of those Kaiser Craft and those other pads that I showed you guys. And like I said, the paper just coordinated quite well, so I just used whatever inspired me to work on each of these. And if you do look at all these, I did start off very similarly with the same layout on these. I did cut out 1 piece of paper to fit my card. And then you can also see a panel right here down the middle of the cards. And that was the little paper strip that I ended up cutting off the sides of the sheets of paper. So then they all have that same kind of layout. And then from there I went ahead and embellished with die cuts and leftover papers. I did do some embellishments on some of them, some stamping. This one was a die cut, and then I added the words, "It's the most wonderful time of the year." I also stamped on the inside, and again, if there was a little paper strip or something left over, I tried to use it up right away on the inside of the card. But I love how that one turned out. This one I actually did some stamping and coloring on it with the 2 candy canes. It says Merry Christmas, and then there's a 25 across the bottom for December 25th. And that one just says Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and again, just a little paper strip that I used. This one was a die cut that says Have a Holly Jolly Christmas, and again, just some paper layering. And the inside of that one says May the spirit of the season warm your heart all year long, and another paper strip. This one was one of my favorites that I created this time. I love this little kid on the sled. And this one says, enjoy the moments that make the season bright. And then again, it's just to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and a paper strip. This one, exactly the same, enjoy the moments that make the season bright. And then I had this little copper die cut that I added, and some more paper layering with the scraps. And the inside of this one says, may you have the gift of faith, the blessings of hope, and the peace of his love this Christmas. Another bell die cut, and then I added the holly and berries on top, and this one just says peace, love, and joy. And this one says, I heard the bells of Christmas on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play. And wild and sweet the words repeat of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Another one of my favorite die cuts that I own for Christmas, it's a little sled. And then this one says cherish the season. And on the, ooh, this one's stuck. And on the inside of this one it says joy, love, and peace this holiday season. And I just layered a couple again of the little paper scraps down there. And the last card I created was this candle one, another gorgeous die cut. And this one says peace, love, and joy. And the inside of this one says the gift of love, the gift of peace, the gift of happiness, may these be yours at Christmas. And another little paper strip. So I'm starting to make a little dent on my Christmas paper with these cards, and next month I'll show you guys more Christmas cards. And again, make sure you guys check out everybody else who is participating in the collab. I do have all of their channels listed below. If anyone is taking off the month and I'm aware of it, I'll try to make a little note of it next to their channel name, just so you're aware of that. And then for those who want to see my actual supplies that I use, please stick around. Otherwise, everyone else, have a wonderful day. Okay, besides the paper, the other supplies that I use that I'm going to share with you guys are the rubber stamps. And if I know where I picked them up, I will tell you guys. A lot of these that have the yellow price tags were Hobby Lobby when I got them one time when they had their huge sale. But this one is a Stampabilities stamp, and this one's May the Spirit, not quite sure what that one. May the spirit of the season warm your heart all year long. And the number on that one is GR1145. And again, that's a Stampability stamp. This one also is a Stampability stamp. And this one's called Joy, Love, and Peace. And the number is G1111. And again, joy, love, and peace this holiday season. Here was the one that I had that said I heard the bells on Christmas Day. And this one is a Wordsworth. And it's C013T. And I bought it at a store called Crafts Direct. And that store is located in St. Cloud, Minnesota. But I do believe that Wordsworth does have a website. And they have wonderful stamps as far as sentiments. So it's a good company to look up if you're looking for some different type of sentiments. Great company. And their stamps stamp up really nice. This other stamp I used, it's Peace, Love, and Joy. And this was from a 2007 Stampin' Up! Set. I don't know what stamp set it is because I often will take my stamp sets apart from Stampin' Up! And just put them in drawers. That makes sense for me. I find that I use them more than I do if I keep all the sets together. So all I can tell you is it was from a set from 2007. The next one that I want to share with you guys is this one. It says, gift of love, the gift of peace, the gift of happiness. May these be yours at Christmas. And this one is from a company called Versus Rubber Stamp. And it's called the gift of love. And the number is CHO146-F. Another sentiment, may peace and love surround you this special time of year. And may your holidays be filled with all the things that you hold dear, wishing you the happiest of holidays. Again, this is a Versus rubber stamp, and it's from Versus Rubber Stamps. And the name of it is Peace and Love Surround You, and it's CHO152-F. And if you want the websites, it's www.versusrubberstamps.com. And I think these couple I probably bought at my local craft store. Or they could have been Crafts Direct too, I don't know. Another one that probably came from Hobby Lobby, it's a Stampabilities. This one says Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I used this one several times on the insides of the cards. It was kind of my go-to one. And this one just, again, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year on that one. And this one is an Impression Obsession design, and the number is F6304. And this one says, may you have the gift of faith, the blessings of hope, and the peace of his love this Christmas. And that one I'm pretty sure I bought from one of my local stamp stores. Then the other items that I'll share with you guys are the rubber stamp and the die cut sets. So on one of them I did use this die cut set, and I don't know the name of it. I picked it up at a rummage sale, but it is Spellbinders, and it had matching dies, so that dies cut this out, and also the candy canes, and I did color them on whatever card it was that I used it on, but that one is a Spellbinders one. Here is the die cut set that I used to create those little cute albums, and it is a Lori Whitlock die from Sizzix, and this one is actually called Essential Mini Album, and the number is 661094. And I think I originally bought that at Hobby Lobby or Michael's a long time ago. I don't know if it's still available or not through Sizzix, but there's that die cut. Here is the cute little boy on the sled, or it could be a little girl too. And that one came from Impression Obsession. And the die number is actually the word die, D-I-E, 108-F. I had that one stamp that had the sled on it, and that one came from Jillian Vance Designs. And I don't have a number, so there's the packaging for it. It was just a sled one. Here's the Spellbinders. This one said, "Have a holly jolly Christmas." And this one is it's called a phrase tree. And the number is S3-276. It was one, again, that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. This one is called Tree with Bows. And the number is S4-552. Again, it's a Spellbinders. Here's another candy cane one that I used on one of my cards. Or actually, I think I just used the holly on this one. I didn't use the candy cane on this one. But this one is called Peppermint Stick. And the die number is S2-231 from Spellbinders. Here's that gorgeous candle, and it's called Tall Paper Candles. This one is from Memory Box. And the number on this one is 99004. One of my favorite candle dies. Also from Memory Box, this one's called Gleaming Bells. The number's 98949. And those, again, were the bells. And I used, on the bells, I think I added this holly and berries on up there is what I used that one for. And then I used some unmounted ones. And I don't have the original packing because I put my unmounteds inside of 6x9 envelopes. And, well, I guess I do have the original packaging. Sometimes I don't save it. But this one was from Penny Black, and I used a couple of the sentiments off of here. And the set was called Believe, and the number was 30-310. And then from this set, this is a Just Right Cling stamp set. They're made to coordinate, or they used to make them to coordinate with the Spellbinders die. These are from quite a while ago. I don't know if they still make these or not. But this one was called Merry and Bright, and the number was CL-02155. And I know that this die matched, I have the actual ornament die. It matches an ornament die set from Spellbinders. And I think what I used off of this one on the cards was this sentiment right here. That says, "Enjoy the moments that make the season bright," is what I used off of that one. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And until next time, happy crafting.